Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Sunless Skies. I'm going to start this episode by saying I'm bloody knackered, but I needed to get this recorded, but I'm recording it super later than I should be, so this could be entertaining. My brain is already dead, so let's see how much I can ruin my playthrough, shall I say. In the last episode, we got lost, if I remember correctly. I got lost up here next to Old Tom's well. I didn't really find anything. I found Leadbeaters and Stainrod's Nature Reserve. There's a wind here. Okay, maybe I won't be trying to fly into the wind. I think the name of the game today is to just carry on exploring. Try and find as much as we can. In hindsight, I probably should have got more supplies because I could use the bat to try and find places. But I keep running into dead ends, which is frustrating. Oh man, is the wind this way too? The peacock wind delivers its bounty to your supplies. Also, wail as they go into the pot. Oh! Crap! Am I just... There's something over here. I mean, I don't want my terror to go up. I haven't worked out how to get it down yet. Oh! Help! I'm stuck. I'm legitimately stuck. Right, we're gonna... Ow! Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, run the hell away. Let's go! Oh, he's almost dead. What if we slam the brakes on him? Use the wind! Oh, crashed. Well, I normally speed up combat, but I don't think I'll bother doing that. Leave the hold. An intriguingly bulging sack. Yes, sovereigns. I don't really want to fight against the wind here, but... to a location I don't... Do you know what? Yeah, solid. I'm not going to fight against this wind. I'll go back to... Oh, no. Oh. I'm going to go back to New Winchester. And then we're going to go explore in another direction. So, like, down. Or something like that. I'm kind of hoping there's something at New Winchester now that will help me reduce my terror. Because if there isn't, we're in trouble. It scares me that I don't know how any of the mechanics work. Because the mechanics are kind of important. That's not a nice sound. Oh man, that is really slowing me down. Oh, it's the peacock wind. Great, so I'm getting a huge dose of terror while I'm doing this. Wonderful. Well, we might find out what terror's going to do, because there's no other way through here, I don't think. I might try and cut across. Bugger off, wind! I'm going as fast as I can right now. Damn it! Come on! We can make this. This is a hell of a... This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Maybe I should go left. That's the way I know to go, so let's do that. Nightmares are awful. Okay, that was introducing me to the jungle part of the map. Okay, are we out of the terror zone now? I think we are. It's a Takati. Did I kill him? I've got bigger things to worry about right now, but then again, he's being shot at by that guy, so let's jump in here and try and sneak in a bit of damage. Ow, you... Good God. Uh-oh. Why is there a picture? Like, the first thing I saw where I was looking was the picture of a man with a knife in his hand. That doesn't make me feel very good. A junior signaller received a dose of medicinal port in the infirmary after seeing a frozen corpse spin past a window. The experience has shaken him. The dead are hungry, he says. We need to make him an offering, or he'll come back a knocking at the hull. Okay, what does this stuff do? Double back for the corpse and loot it. We needed 2 fuel, wow. Lower. Okay. This will lower terror, but increase nightmares. So what's... Recover the body and transport it for burial. It'll be poor company, but it is what you'd want to happen if you were found dead in the sky, and I am kind of the opinion of this being the choice rather than superstition. Didn't take long for Skyfarers to shed their ridiculous old nautical superstitions and replace them with ridiculous new ones. Still, better keep the crew happy. I don't really fancy throwing my supplies out the window, not gonna lie. Reprimanding, more terror, double back and loot it, Let's recover the body. Is this gonna make this number go up? Is this nightmares? Or is this... I don't know what I'm gonna find out. You've lost 50 terror and gained 1 nightmare. Okay, great, so I didn't have any nightmares and now I have 1. So I've officially made things worse for myself. It is a good deed, perhaps, to carry a lost soul home, but it's not a happy one. The crew are grimly heartened, but your dreams are troubled. The corpse wore a captain's jacket. Their face is a mask of frozen horror. Great. I forgot I was killing this guy. Okay, let's pillage the supplies. Okay. Seems like a good idea. Wonderful. The boiler makes a series of unhappy noises as you approach. Smoke boils from a little makeshift chimney, stripping the paint from the blackened roof. You trust your stoker's counsel to stay back. Once you've returned after a spot of tea, the boiler is quite still. The smoking remains of a creature lodging inside the boiler have quite cooled, but the coals are still serviceable. So we got 13 nameplates. And we got some fuel, which is wonderful because... In dock here. Oh, it's a homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. And just for the record, I've noticed that that number has gone up by 1. Do I have any carefully packed munitions? My phone going off. Let me just mute that. That keeps happening in these videos. Trade the munitions. I think guns are cheaper than... Seems like a good idea. The settler assesses the armaments with a seasoned eye, offering several lengths of good, freshly bored hardwood in exchange. Don't smash into the rock. That guy better not be hostile to me. I think I just saved his life. Well, saved his life might be a little bit of an over-exaggeration. Well, I don't think we need to worry about going back to New Winchester, so let's go this way. See what we can find. Should I set the bat out? Sod it. Let's go. I kind of want to get out of this, like... Ooh. Really wish it'd stop giving me question marks in the middle of what seems like giant patches of land. But I guess there's going to be roots inside of these places. Oh, thank God the music has changed. Like, I get that that's a jungle sound, but my God, does it get annoying after a while. Look at the design. It's this spory stuff that makes me feel... Well, it makes everything look really cool. So many layers. I'm just going to gush, just wholeheartedly about this. I've played this game for quite a long time now, and every update just blows my mind every time. It's like, when I first started playing this game when it was in early access, the Albion wasn't out or anything. The first time I ever played it, I was terrible. And annoyingly, they're still the most popular videos that anyone's watched on my damn channel. They're terrible. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I've kind of improved on the whole talking thing. And reading. I was even worse at reading back then. Let's go up here. Hang on, let's go up here. It's doing that weird chugging thing again. It hasn't done that for a while. Hostile. Oh, it's a bloody Scribe Spinster. Of course it is. Ow. Damn it. Took a lot of damage in that fight. I think bronzewood is still the best choice there. At least we've got loads of room in the hole. Where was I bloody going? It was up here, wasn't it? Let's send the bow. Oh, there's a station right there. God damn it. I wonder if this is going to be like Hybris. I imagine it'll be in a place like this. All this spores kind of make me think Hybris. If it is Hybris, I'm going to be quite annoyed because it's going to still be dead, right? Because it shares the story progress. Princess looks concerned. Why would you name a wood after a traitor? A sewer, maybe. Ah, it's Traitor's Wood. Now this, here is a place I want to be. Because I'm just going to quickly go around the outside of this place. I want to explore the map a bit more. But I have wanted to come here for a while. Apparently, a lot of updates have gone into the Traitor Wood storyline. When I first did it, I didn't understand any of it. And if I remember correctly, I needed munitions, which may annoy me when I realise I've just sold them all. But, well, not sold them, traded them for bronzewood. I think we'll be able to make it work somehow. And if not, this is definitely on the bucket list of places that I want to do the storyline in, because it's quite prominent to the overall lore, I believe. I could be wrong, of course. First time Madam Captain. That's a marauder. Well, I'm going to get the jump on you, friend. That one was easy enough. Let's repair the hole for 4. Not really worth it, but... Please don't spawn something bloody horrible. Oh, 1 fuel, I'll take it. Wonderful. Where are we going? We're going back down here to Traitor's Wood. We're going to dock and we're going to see if there's anything interesting there. Just can't... honestly, I can't get over how amazing these places look. The only problem now is you've got Eleutheria that looks amazing, the Reach that looks amazing. Is Albion getting a graphics overhaul, or is that just going to look the same because it kind of fits with the whole industrial aesthetic? And apparently there's a new place, you know, the Blue Kingdom, which is going to be launch, I think. It might be before launch. I have been told. I don't remember. Because I'm a professional. A professional indeed. What do you sell here? The dealer is selling souls. Yeah, why not? Thank you. They sell supplies but not fuel. Buy one just for the best. Is that flickering? That's a bizarre bug. Oh, look at all of this. Traitor's Wood is a sprawling, secluded forest on the edge of the Reach. Few venture beneath its gloomy horrors, and legend speaks of a king who sleeps under the barrow at the wood's heart. Should we start at the top and work our way down? The wood's edge. The wood is vast as a felled giant, and fathomless as a great ocean. Like the ocean, much of it is hidden from view. Careful expeditions are required to go deeper into the wood. The forest is rich and wild in the verdant species of the Reach. Exploring the starlight-draped edges of the wood could be profitable. Ooh. You may only perform one of these actions a fortnight. The woods guards its secret. Well, I guess it makes sense for us to go for the cage catch. And time will pass, I think. Oh no, beast under roars, the flowers are in bloom. Let's try and get a cage catch. 81%. Yay. Noble ends. A keen-eyed stoker spies tracks leading into the wood. You follow them. Birds cry out in the canopy ahead of you, startled by something moving. You quicken your pace. Your quarry slows, allowing you to catch up. It stands in a copse of silverwood, a proud stag, and its many tinned triple crown. Its majesty does not spare it your bullets. It takes 5 people to carry it back to your engine. Oh no! Somebody died! Bugger! Oh well, we traded it for a lovely looking man. Lovely looking man? Lovely looking elk. I don't know why I said man. 3 figures draped in scholars' robes. Okay. 3 figures draped in scholars' robes huddle around a campfire. They are arguing about kings. A banner in the colours of Somerset, London's university's most respectable college, gleams in the firelight. As you approach, the discussion dies. One of the scholars, a woman with a fierce expression, stands up. Only scholars should be here. Are you one? I know about the colleges from Fallen London. I don't really know much about them, but I do know the names of them. But I am not an academic, so I'd have to bribe them. I can buy supplies here, so I could do this. But let's explore the other things here first. Expeditions into the woods deep. Okay, Somerset College has until recently funded expeditions into the forest. Those who return speak of voices on the wind, of murmurs in uninhabited groves. You must first decide how many crew you should take with you on your expedition. The more you take, the likelier your success, but at a risk of losing them all. Then, choose your destination. Okay, so large expeditions require 2 food, 2 fuel, and 10 crew. Oh my god. Let me take a few hardy souls. You'll risk fewer crew, so is that still 2 and 2? Yes, still 2 and 2. I am really uncomfortable doing this with such little fuel. What's the last one? The Parting Glade. The forest rises behind the station, where a few tents have been set up. What might be an owl calls from somewhere in the wood. In the far distance, a great stone barrow rises over the trees. The glade, an oasis of wildflowers and sweet meadow field in the mists of a brooding trees, is where captains meet and do business, and bring their ventures to the wood to conclusion. Write a poor report. There's no one here. Perhaps someone will take an interest in how the wood fares. Outside of the Somerset camp, a great forest of bronzewood trees have gone untouched by human hands. Voices sound in the deeps of the wood, forlorn and far away. The wood is vast and vastly lonely. Is vast and vastly lonely. What's this weird... This is more of a question to people who know about the game, but there's like a weird shadow up here. It's kind of going over the text. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. It kind of makes it hard to read when the small text is up there. It might just be me nitpicking. Should we approach the tents? A group of sad-looking tents huddle together on the edge of the wood. Figures sit around a campfire, bickering. You move through that wood, feels slick. You move through the trap wood, and beneath the ground feels... You move through the damp of the wood. The ground beneath your feet slick with the fresh fallen rain. The figures round the campfire do not seem to have heard you, engrossed entirely in their argument. I'm at the campfire now? Oh, whoops. Nah. Let's explore the glade. Birds trill in nearby trees, and the sweet scent of flower pervades the air. There is no one else here at present, but there are signs of recent passage. A discarded set of cups and some clandestine picnic. Loose paper, hastily torn from a notebook, and a few bullets in the scorched grass. People come to the glade to conduct meetings as neutral ground, and as a place to think, secluded from the watchful gaze of the high wilderness. Okay, so let's do the campfire. Let's go. I am not a scholar, but I have gifts. Perhaps a gift would persuade them to let you enter the camp. They look wretched, camped out here. Just one supply zone. At least we'll talk to them, find out what they're doing here, right? Oh no. Sorry, I had to have a drink. Oh god, right. Do you know those times when I Google random words? This is one of them. I don't even know if that's a real word or not, but I have no idea how to say it because my brain, I am really tired and my brain is not working, and people that fail better, if they watch this, will laugh at me. Imperative. Come on then, Google, save me. Bitter and abusive. Ooh. My sound's not on.
Vituperative.
Oh, I can't say that. My mouth doesn't work in that way. Vituperative? Okay, I'm going to try and say it, but I'm probably going to get it wrong. The I'm bugging it up straight away. The vituperative classicist compares your offering with the burnt toast and one tea they'd been suppered on. Well, alright, I suppose. The woman is a vituperative classicist. Her companions, a dismal paleographer, a forlorn young man, a feckless theologian, a handsome youth with an easy smile. They explain that they are here to enter the regent's grave, where they believe a sleeping king lies buried. They do not agree as to the king's identity. Unfortunately, the college has cut our funding, the classicist explains. Speak to us if you'd be interested in helping. I am always interested in helping people. The shadow of the barrow falls over the camp. A mournful wail carries on the wind. A cluster of scholars have set up camp on the border of the wood, their funding gone. They struggle to continue their research into whoever is entombed in the regent's grave. The wind howls in the trees and the skies threaten rain. The scholars huddle in their tents, brooding over papers and conspiring against colleagues. You'd have thought these people had worked together since they're all trying to achieve the same thing. But I guess that's not how the world works. Okay, so I have a choice to speak to various different people. I guess we'll start with the top one. Ask how you can help. The scholars intimated, I thought I said intimidated and I was confused, intimated that you might be able to help them continue their explorations into the wood. Your inquiry induces a rare spirit of cooperation in the scholars. See? Wonderful. Cooperation. Jolly cooperation. I played Dark Souls. The last expedition into the wood found a document written in the correspondence. It contained directions to a place called the Steward's Font. The theologian explains. Alas, that is all it needs to break their alliance. The paleographer begins to argue that the steward was a chief position in Charlemagne's household. The classicist makes a pointed reference to Inanna's husband. The theologian's smile is forced. If you could find the font, it would be an immense boon to my work. There are splutters of protestation. Our work. I like to think they all said that at the same time. Inanna? I swear I've looked this up before. I vaguely remember reading this and being like, who the hell's Inanna? I know who Charlemagne is. That's the first man of the Holy Roman Empire. But other than that, no idea. Okay. So, should we speak to the theologian? I'm pretty sure theologian means religiously sided? The divinity student, well, that kind of gives that one away then, yes. The divinity student has a dozen bad habits and a firm conviction that St. John the Apostle slumbers in Regent's grave. The theologian's tent is the largest of the three. Its interior have been decorated with carpets and throws, which trap the smoke from his hookah. The air is a scented fug. Scented fug? Is that right? The theologian is reclining on cushions, drinking wine. This does not seem like the kind of man who should be called a theologian. Okay, so let's ask, what does he think about the dismal paleographer? The theologian smiles innocently. Yes, we used to know each other very well indeed. This was back at college, before all his passion got sucked out of him. He sighs. Some people can't accept change. The vituperative classicist? She's very talented and very funny, and not at all nice. And she's furious with me. Why? He won't say. I think I've done enough damage with both of them. He shakes his head. If it weren't for St. John and the academic senate sending me here, I doubt I'd seen her again, until she became principal, of course. What is your theory then, Mr. Theologian? The theologian's eyes widen. He is delighted to have been asked that question. According to the Legenda Eura? I think that might be Latin. St. John is sleeping somewhere, waiting for the coming of the Antichrist, which would mean the end of the world. What is the high wilderness but that? He left the world behind, and the stars are going out, and just after we arrive, we discover a tomb hidden in an ancient wood. He runs a hand through his hair. Sometimes we must have faith. I mean, he says faith, but there's a lot of logic to that. Okay, return to the cab. Let's talk to the vituperative classicist. I am somebody. Hate them so much. The classicist's tent is practical and largely unornamented. The interior is damp from her various walking clothes, which have been scattered across the floor. Old playbills and gaudy costume jewelry hang from the tent ceilings like charms. The classicist is pacing the tent, reading Herodotus while smoking up a storm. Let's ask her about her theory. Why does she believe the ancient Sumerian deity Inanna is buried in a forgotten tomb in the high wilderness? Isn't it obvious? She rolls her eyes. Fine, I'll tell you what I told the academic senate. The high wilderness is heaven. Not as the church conceives it, but as the Sumerians did. A place of stars and chaos and impossible powers, in proximity to the affecting our own world, but far, far removed. He pauses for breath. Inanna, the queen of heaven, entered the underworld in search of her husband, and was trapped for a time. That is the myth. This may be the truth. She waves her hand dismissively. Besides, we made some promising discoveries in the wood. Okay, let's ask about what does she think of the theologian? Her invective goes for an hour, and she only remembers to fetch you tea midway through. A liar, a traitor, and a fool. Ah, she says, spooning in entirely too much sugar. I loathe him. Her hand shakes as she paws. A liar, a traitor, and a fool. Oh. What did you think about the paleographer? She laughs scornfully, but refuses to be drawn. I will not waste breath on the undeserving. Okay. Let's quickly talk to the dismal paleographer. The paleographer's tent is some distance from the rest of the camp, and almost in the forest. It is smaller and more worn than the tents of the others. Inside, however, the tent is both warm and sturdy. No rain leaks through the oil skin. The paleographer's inks and reference books and old theatre handbills are neatly sorted. The paleographer is at a little wooden desk, conjurating the subjunctive. Let's ask him about his theory. Hang on a minute. I kind of feel like why does he think the Holy Roman Emperor Charlemagne is buried in a forgotten tomb in the high wilderness? It's a little strange, I admit. You certainly won't find this in Ironheart. Wow, excuse me, my voice is giving up. But there are legends that say the great king did not leave his people on death, but instead sleeps in a burrow, waiting for their hour of need. He almost smiles. You query? His people? I do not forget that we are British. He pauses for effect. But is our queen not of German parentage? Would not her ancestor look out for her? Europe's greatest monarch? as she embarks on her most significant endeavour? What do you think about the theologian? The paleographer is lost in thought. When he answers you, he looks rueful. The three of us were at college together, in the same year. We were all interested in the theatre, but eventually pursued other things. I hadn't seen him in years, until the Traitors Woods funding came up at the Senate. He sniffs. His intellect is second-rate, but his charm is first-class. We can't all be brilliant, he sighs, despondently. That guy is getting a lot of good descriptions. What do you think of the classicist? A remarkable scholar and a terrifying gonril. At college, when she trod the boards, he shakes his head. Ancient history now, which is her province, not mine. He makes a strong cup of tea for himself, and then offers you the same. Bitterness has curdled her. He sips his tea, his drink, then grimaces like this milk. Ugh, turn to camp. Okay, so expeditions are the only thing we have left to do, but I'm going to have to end the episode here. I didn't do as much exploring as I'd like, but we did get to read into Traitors Wood, which is hugely exciting for me, because I really want to do it. It's quite nice to be back in the Reach, to see all these places that I visited months ago now, months and months and months, and I've forgotten all of the text and things, so it's quite nice to read it, and plus there's probably some people here who are watching this who haven't watched my other videos, so it's all useful. But if you do want to go back, I'm sure there are videos about Traitors Wood in its old state, but I don't think I got very far, so it's probably not worth it. Just hang around and we'll do some more here. But, as always, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Any comment is greatly appreciated. And, as always, I'll see you next time.